Hey, Tanya. So, Diamond's not doing too good. We had to carry her inside. She's so bad. She's in the workshop right now. She got like three blankets, two on the bottom, one on top. I just came from over there. I turned the lights off so that way she can try and get some sleep. She did get up and move around, but then she fell back down. But she's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. It's life, you know? It's just one of those things. You can't, when you get old, you get fucked. There's nothing you can do. I'm hoping that she recovers, but at the same time, I don't want her to suffer anymore. You know, there's nothing I can do. Hey, Paris. Yeah, Diamond's not doing too good. Well, I hope it's not her last hours. I hope that she's going to be okay and she'll recover, but ever since the day she fell in the pool and almost drowned, she hasn't been the same since. She hasn't been the same since. Fucking medication and everything. I mean, I can't blame the medication. I can't blame nobody. She's just old, you know? She's old. She's deteriorating every more and more every day. This year she deteriorated a lot. Her hearing is gone. Like she can barely hear us. We'll be right behind her. She won't even know we're there. So I don't like seeing her like this. It kills me inside, but there's nothing I can do but just make sure she's okay. That's all. It's weird because like her body's like vibrating. It's going do 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 like that. Like her heartbeat is like taking over her whole body, which is so weird. And then it goes away, and then she'll be fine. And then like her body's going through all these transitions. She could barely open up her eyes. She could barely move. Like I've never seen her this bad before. Never. But you know, it's just the way it is. Yeah. Well, I don't want to think that it's over yet. I have faith that she'll be okay. I still have faith there because I know that dog fights to like stay alive and to be, she's a fighter for sure. She's a very strong dog. So I'm not giving up on her yet, but I don't want to think like that, but I know that I gave her everything I got pretty much, which was her last 4 years. These last 4 years she's lived in heaven. you know, she's been perfectly fine. Mm. But life goes on. Hopefully she'll be okay. I'm glad she's in the workshop right now. She's just chilling in there. She was on the grass for like an hour and she wouldn't get up. So thank God I had my sister and my nephew to help me bring her inside. If this happened when like they were away or something like that and I had nobody to help me, it would have been a lot worse. But at least she's inside and she's safe. she can be in the workshop all she wants, you know. Hey Maria, I'm all right. Just dealing with my dog. She's not feeling well. Brian, you said thanks for the super chat. You said what are Casey's intentions regarding? She's not doing too good. She's inside my workshop right now. She can barely move. She hasn't really eaten much today, drinking anything. She's just like pretty much looks like she's on her deathbed, but I hope not. I hope she makes it and I hope she's all right. I'm not giving up on her yet. Hey, Lucky. I would say Casey's intentions is not that bad. I feel like this person thinks that things are inconsistent between you and them, but they want to get to an outcome where it's for the better, not for the worse. But right now, things are going around and around, and if they feel like they don't know what to do, but there's some type of like compromise or inconsistency that or change that needs to happen in order for things to get better. But as far as like this person's intentions is not bad. They just think that things should change or things should be not inconsistent and be more consistent or better. They think that they can resolve this issue or resolve a problem. They want to try and come to some type of conclusion or talk to you about things. If things aren't that great, then they want to make things better. So I would say nothing bad here. I would say, good intentions and intentions of making it better or making things better between you and them. So nothing bad. I would say this person wants to try and make things better or get to a point where things get better. Maria, thanks for the PayPal. Answer no. You and Walter should be fine. In the next week, this week coming up, things should be good between you guys. He's gonna have some like person aggravate him at work, probably some guy that's insecure or like sensitive. He'll say something to the person will be annoying. But between you and him, there's good communication and moving forward and trying to get rid of all type of negative energy around you guys or avoiding it. But I see like good communication between you and him. As far as work looks good. Looks like you'll benefit and profit off of work. Might get some gains or some improvements as far as money. Maybe getting a slight raise. Something a little bit more than what you're getting now. Looks like you might get an increase in like the new year, or like at the end of the year they might say, hey, look, going into the new year, your next check will have a little bit more on it. So it looks like you might have some type of increase. If it isn't that, there's some type of like you gaining or getting success from work, you negotiating with people, doing things. But as you know, the haters are still there, and they're going to be mad when they find that you get, some type of good things happen to you. So try not to like allow allow this one person to get to you, because it looks like there's a man there that's like might just annoy you, or like think they have more power to do something, but they don't. But I see new beginnings, new things happening in the new year. Work looks good for the next 30 days. Nothing bad. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. You go up and they go down. So fuck them. Who cares? Exactly. Fuck them haters. Don't worry about it. They can kiss your ass. Literally. You're welcome, Maria. Best is right back to you. Just stay positive, that's all. All right, Brian, thanks for the super chat. You said if you. Hmm. Okay, Tanya. Thanks, Maria. I hope so too. All right, so Brian, I'm not getting like a concrete answer on Jeff, like being the like when he returns from vacation. It still seems like he is going to like contemplate on being, in the band, being the drummer. He's still gonna have like issues when he comes back from his vacation. If the thing I see here, if if he's the youngest person around you guys, then I would say you can trust that he'll make a good decision and try and be the drummer and be there for you guys. But his head's not going to be 100% into like the whole thing, because he's got his real life to attend to, and his real life might be not that happy, or he's having some bad experiences, or he's going through some past trauma and things like that with his personal life. Or when he comes back from his vacation, he's going to have some issues where he's going to have to make a decision on whether or not he wants to be, you know. I feel like you can trust this person to a certain extent, but just know that they're gonna like, you guys can go ahead and do what you got to do. But when he returns, I don't feel like he's gonna like jump right into things. He might take some time to like um make a decision 100% on whether or not he wants to be the drummer and do this whole thing. But you can trust that whatever he says, he means. Like, so if he says, he has situation or he needs more time or, yeah, like if he says, look, if I'm going to do it, but just give me some more time. So he might be dealing with someone younger than him. If he's an old guy, then I would say like he's dealing with someone younger or he's dealing with someone in his family that he has to deal with. But I don't know. I just don't get a yes and I don't get a no. I get like a maybe that he's gonna, when he returns, he's gonna like do it. But I feel like you can trust whatever he says is the right, is, the truth. So if he says certain things, that's what it is, whether it's good or bad. But I'm not getting like a complete no, and I'm not getting a yes either. I'm getting like he's undecided on what he wants to do. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting like a real answer here, to be honest. I'm getting like this person's very undecided on what they want to do because they're gonna have some type of issue they need to deal with, and that's gonna cause them to like not make a decision right away. I don't know what this person's told you so far, but I feel like they're undecided still, especially when they come back. They're gonna be like, I don't really know what I want to do, or this has happened, so now I gotta do this, this, and this. I mean, if he's told you already that he's gonna be he wants to do it, then I feel like yes, he wants to, but he's still there's no like yes answer here, and there's no answer either. It's like a I'm undecided and I'm not sure. So I would say that I'm getting an undecided answer from him, which is understandable. Some people are just undecided; they don't know what they want to do. They can't they can't make a decision. Yeah, Brian. I don't know what to tell you, but it's not. That's all I got. I have no concrete answer on him. His energy doesn't seem like it's like decided. If the cards are all one way, then it tells me yes. If it's all one way, the other way is no. It was half and half. So it tells me that he's undecided. So that's all I can basically say on that. Is he's still undecided. But I would say keep going, keep working on your thing. Keep work. Don't let nobody hold you back from doing what you got to do. You guys go ahead and just practice, get your shit together, and just keep going. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen regardless. If it ain't him, it'll be somebody else. And if it is him, then I'm sure he'll do what he has to do. Oh boy. It's always something, man. Yeah. It's crazy. Restream opportunities could push. I know, right, Paris? I swear, man, it's been a very, very tough year. Very tough. But could have been tougher, could have been worse. Not like it's any worse than what it is now, but I don't know. I mean, I know Diamond very well, and I've never seen her this bad before. Never. So For her to be like this is not normal at all. She's very strong, and usually when something's wrong with her, she'll like barely show it. But a lot of people have told me in the past that boxers don't even make it past 7 or 8 years old, and she's about to be 11. So, and I feel like I saved her life the other day from drowning, and thank God I was here, and thank God my friends saw it. But you know, after that day, I don't know, she just never was the same. And all this medication, and then just her like being old, getting up, her bones cracking every all the time. It's dogs. Dogs don't live, too long. And when they get this age, it's even worse because they get problems, and you got to deal with their, pissing and shitting everywhere. And, you know, it's not easy, man. And the thing is yesterday I bring her over here because I got a carpet. My mom had put a new carpet in her house like 2 years ago, and it was like a cutoff piece, and it was like perfect for here. So I bring it over here, and I put it down. I bring her over. She barely made it over here, and I was like, yeah, I got a carpet for her so she can get up. So the carpet was there, and she went on top of it, and then she laid down, and she stayed there, and she just went stiff, like she just couldn't move. She was here for about like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. And then as she was laying down, she peed twice on the carpet, you know, just put it in here. And then I just had to come to the realization and the conclusion that I can't have her in here no more because it's just like a sign. Every time I bring her in here, something happens, and she has to be outside, and she has to, like, be monitored all the time now. And it's too far for her to walk over here now because she has to come all the way over here. The less she walks, the better, because she just got to be in her confined space, just like the vet told me 3 weeks ago. But I just try to like bring her here and make her comfortable, but it's just not working. So I threw the carpet outside. I was pissed off because I tried everything to get her comfortable here, but it's just not working. So now she's in the workshop, which is directly across from where she is outside. So it's better for her to be there for now. We can all monitor her over there, see her and stuff, and make sure she's okay. So my sister and my nephews are next door taking care of her now while I'm over here. I've been over there for the past 2 hours. So I needed a break. I needed to come on here and just, hopefully I like just stay away from her so she can like get some sleep. Because if she sees me, she's gonna want to try and get up or do something. Brian, you said, how is Jeff currently feeling about coming back to work with us again? Yeah, it looks that way. I mean, like, it's almost like my mom told me too as well today that just leave her alone. Let her like, try and get sleep without bothering her every other hour or every, couple minutes. So I just turned the lights off and just left her in there. And my sister said that she'll monitor her, and my nephew will go in there periodically and check on her. Yeah. So, like, when she sees me, she'll be more, wanting to get up and to see me and to move. So the less I see her, like the better it is, because that way she won't try and get up and hurt herself. So I said, let me come on here for a bit and just leave her alone. Brian, I would say that Jeff, he wants to work with you guys. He thinks that it'll be fine. He might just like if he had. I see something here, and I'll tell you what I see. If he doesn't like or had some type of you know beef or some type of like disagreement with somebody in the past that was in the band that's still there, then I would say he still holds that little resentment, or he holds that type of feeling there of that. If he doesn't, and that didn't happen, and he's fine, then I would say that he still feels like he won't achieve anything by being in the band. So it's either one or the other. Because the way the cards come out, it tells me that it's either someone he doesn't like, or he doesn't have like the feeling of really wanting to connect back with you guys 100%. I mean, he wants to, but he's undecisive, like I said already. I'm getting the exact same thing. So this person, Jeff, I feel like they accept the invitation and the invite to join the band, the van, the band, the band, and like he wants to do this, but he feels like if I go all in, then I have to go all in, but I don't know if I can. Like he's like very undecisive, and like I said, I already got this already, but this is. I would say he feels like he wants to, but he doesn't know if he can. And if he does, he doesn't want to let you down or let you guys down and say I can and then not do it and then commit and then not commit and then say yes and then like say I just can't do it and let you guys down. So he's like between a rock and a hard place, like they say. Like he doesn't know whether or not he really wants to go all in, but he is very interested and he definitely wants to be a part of the band. It's just that he doesn't know if he can do it, or either that, or there's someone in the band that he still has like some type of feeling about that he doesn't like or has some type of discrepancy with. If that's the case, then that's probably what it is, or it could be both, or one or the other. I'll let you pick the bones out of that. Only you know the answer to that. But overall, I would say that he wants to, but he's not sure. I keep getting the I'm not sure vibe there. So I don't know what more you want me to tell you about that, but I keep getting the same thing. I get him reversed, which means that he's not making a decision, but the other cards next to him say that, I want to, but I'm not sure if I should. Or if I do, there has to be some type of situation here. And if I do, this person, I don't really care to deal with them. Or I can deal with them and I can do everything, but I just don't want to commit unless I have my priorities straight, or I have the time to do it. So I think he has commitment issues to the band. Maybe that's probably why he wasn't there, and maybe that's why you know he's in this predicament that he's in. How's Layla, Priest? Is she okay? You're welcome, Brian. Hope it works out for you, bro. This has been the longest like week ever. This has by far been the longest week ever. Fucking hell, man. She's okay, but a cranky old fart. Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to stay optimistic, but I don't know. Yeah, last night, well, yesterday when we went to the vet and we came back home, she was so. And then later on that night, she was really bad. And then today, this morning, she was so. And then tonight, she's bad again. So it's weird. It's like her body's going through some type of transition or something's going on. Like she has these spasms of she can't even move. She was stiff as a board earlier when we moved her. It wasn't good to see. I didn't like that. Hey, Mystical, how you doing? How was your holidays? Yeah, she was on the grass, and then I put like this sheet underneath her, like on the side of her, and then I rolled her over, and then she went and then like her legs and her arms were stiff, and then she just went like that, and then she moved them, and then me and my sister and my nephew lifted her up in the sheet. She was looking at us like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know. So then we rested her down inside on another sheet, and she so now she's there with like a towel on top of her, so because she was pretty cold outside. But like I said, she's in the workshop, and hopefully she's gonna be okay. But I'm gonna go check up on her later. My sister and my nephews haven't texted me to tell me that she's worse or whatever, so it's cool. We alerted the vet because they're closed, obviously, but we alerted them and told them that you know we need to get her checked again because she's not good at all. They gave her some type of shot yesterday. Well, she did all these. You had an interesting holiday, yeah. Mine was too, yes. Um, well, I mean, she fell in the pool weeks ago, right? So she doesn't. I mean, she's been so here and there. Like she hasn't been. I mean, if it happened right after, then I would say that I would say right after, like, it would have been, we would got her checked, but she was fine after that. Like right after the pool incident, 24 hours later, she was back to normal. So I knew that she was okay. But the vet yesterday said her heart rate is great. Her heart rate's great, her heart is fine, and they always say that about her. Every time they come here and they check her heart, they say her heart is amazing. It's if for an old dog, her heart is great. So she has a good heart, which we know. Then they said that they took a blood test and she was peeing on the blanket, and the doctor shoved like a little container right underneath her as she was doing it. So she's like, "Oh, perfect! I got a pee sample." And she said her pee was very clear, like almost water. And she said, so then she did a test. She took the pee sample and a blood test. So we were there for like, yeah, it wasn't recently. It was like, about probably like 3 weeks or a month ago now. I would say 3 weeks ago, maybe something like that. I can't remember. But it was a while ago. So it didn't affect her that much because I see, got her at the right time. But anyway, they took a blood test, a urine sample, and she checked her heart, and then she says her knees are like shot, and there's no knee replacement for dogs, obviously, just humans. But she says that might eventually happen one day with all the new technology. But I was like, yeah, of course, there's none now. But anyway, long story short, she came back with the results after like 20-25 minutes, and she said that she has this skin disease and she could possibly have a tumor in her neck because there's like a bump there. And like she had this rash on her back and she still does have it. And they said it's some name, I don't know what the hell it is, some C word, and it's some type of like skin disease. And she says that it's treatable. And we already gave her steroids for it for like 2 weeks. And it got better, but not 100%, right? But it did get better. And I washed her with this medicated soap too. So the bumps are still there, but they said that they have to like scrape them off or some bullshit. But she says that what she has is treatable and it's not nothing serious. The only thing that the vet said that she's worried about is her liver. She says her liver might be affected and she might have a tumor. So they booked her in for like a ultrasound appointment, but that's not for another 4 weeks because they said that they can't do an ultrasound on her right away because she's been on this medication for the past like 3 weeks. I don't know how true that is. I don't know. That sounds kind of dumb, but I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. So then she says some dermia, whatever shot that she should get every month. She should get this shot, and it's harmless, and it helps with her arthritis because that's what she says that is making her legs so messed up, which I kind of understand. But she says it's not going to cure her, but it'll help with her pain. But when she gave her the shot yesterday at 4:30, it's been over a whole 24 hours now. It's been almost 30, it's actually 30 hours now that she got that shot. And she's worse now than she was yesterday. So I'm thinking that that shot of whatever she gave her, it was either too much and it hasn't worn off yet, which I don't understand either, or, it's just something more serious than what we think. And this is why I don't trust veterinarians and doctors and things like that. Because when she said she was going to give her a shot, my sister said, yeah, I think we should to help her. And she was like, yeah, it's harmless. It's not going to do anything to her, blah, blah, blah. And here we are, 24 hours later, she's fucked. Like, she's like, you think she's dying. Like, she looks like she's high as shit. She can't even open her eyes up, and she's just laying there like stiff as a board. That doesn't tell me that that shot didn't help her. That shot was the worst thing you could have gave her, in my opinion. But then again, it could just be like, because before that shot, she was already bad, you know? So I can't even blame the shot, really, and I can't really blame them. They're just trying to do their job, right? And they did do the testing. I was right there. But I mean, they're only trying to do what they can for her. But she said that she doesn't have any kidney issues either because it doesn't show that. The blood test and the urine test just shows that her liver is not 100%, and she has bad arthritis, and she has her knees are fucked, which I could have been told her at that already. But like I said, ever since she fell in the pool and I saved her life, and she hasn't been the same ever since. She's been like really, you know, I guess it was like that was traumatizing for her, obviously, because she almost lost her life, right? And she's old. I'm trying to be like not blaming the doctors because it's not really, you can't really do too much when you get old. You can only do so much. I watched it with my dad. I watch it with everyone. But when she got that like rash on her skin and all that, and we treated it, ever since then too, it was like the pool incident, and then right after that, it was the stuff on her skin. Those two things have like made her worse. Like she's not herself anymore. And then when she was living in here, the last couple weeks, well, she's been living here for the last 4 years, but the last few weeks she's been very bad in here. Like she'll pee in here, and then I had to build a box for her and put her outside. And she was so happy outside. She was happy to go over there. When I would like the last couple, like before Christmas, like she was like galloping over there to go back to her bed. Cause I at midnight I logged off of here and I said, "Okay, baby, you ready to go, huh?" And she was like, "Yeah, let's go." Yeah, she said 4 weeks, so four times seven is 28 days. Well, thank you for confirming that. I just thought that was kind of weird. Like obviously she knows her shit. I'm not. That's why I don't really blame. I'm everybody's quick to blame the doctor, right? When your animal is bad or whatever. But at the end of the day, I don't blame anybody. She's old, and we're lucky to have her this age. And I've watched her decline very, very much, a lot in the last couple months. She's not been good at all. She's been so bad that I can't even have her in my apartment anymore. That's how bad she is. I have to put her somewhere where she can get up, she can pee whenever she wants, she can drink whenever she wants, she can shit whenever she wants, and she can be in a nice box where she was and with her bed. And like I changed her whole life for the better, and it's still not enough. It's still not good enough. I did everything I possibly can. There's nothing else I can do but just watch her die pretty much, which is fucked up. But my old pit bull was the same way. When his legs gave out, he got a blood clot in his leg, and that's it. Dead. I had to put him to sleep because he couldn't even get up anymore. He ate, he peed himself, shit himself. I'd have to clean him up after him a couple of days. He was howling from him, like, feeling the pain. He lasts 15 years. And I took him to the vet and I told him put him down because I didn't want to see him suffer anymore. There's nothing I could have done anyway. They said that if they were to operate on him, he would have died anyway. So, because his heart wasn't that great either. And he had already had like so many problems. It's like, it's just the way it is. And I feel like Diamond's on her way out too. As much as I hate to say it, much as I hate to face that reality, but it's life. Hopefully she doesn't die, but I'd rather like, put her down than have see her like this suffering and can barely walk. Like she was like squatting down, her legs was like all messed up, and she couldn't even stand up. And when I moved her earlier, like she was like this. She was stiff as a board. Like I've never seen her like that ever in my life. But yeah, there's a lot of vets in Bermuda. Yeah, there's a lot of vets here. Yeah, I know of four. I know four vets here, but I know there's more. There's more than that. But I know of four that I know off the bat. She told me that no one does it in Bermuda. No one does knee replacements. You know why? Because it's crazy expensive. And in Bermuda, everything's expensive. You know, just the visit yesterday was very expensive. But Diamond belongs to my sister and her ex-husband, but Diamond really belongs to my sister. It's her dog and her ex-husband's dog. And like I said, I've been taking care of her. She seems, she's like my dog, right? I call her my dog anyway, because technically, when he left, I took over. Yeah. Well, the doctor said that like when the vet took her behind legs, cause she did the splits 3 times yesterday. Like she tried to stand up and she went like that. And I was like, oh fuck. Like, oh boy, she did the splits. And then right when she did it, I lifted her up and I kind of tilted her, but her legs were like still like stiff. So I had to literally like lift her and push her legs like this and rest her down. Or else she did the splits right at the vet again. And I said, see, I just told you she's done it a couple times. Now she did it again. She can't stand up. Her legs just go like that, poof, like that. She has no strength in her legs. Her legs are fucked, and I know it is. So anyway, the vet took her legs and went like this, and it was cracking. Like you can feel like the click, click, click. And when she walks, you can hear the click, 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 click. And I'm like, oh boy, yeah, she's fucked. And she limps a lot too. So I always call her Limpy because she always limps everywhere. And I try to massage her legs. There's a lot of times where I lay next to her, and if she allows me to like touch her legs, which she does sometimes, I'll massage her leg and stuff, and then she'll look at me and like jerk her leg away from me, like leave me alone, because it probably hurts, right? But I try to like help her massage her leg, but she's very ignorant too, right? She wants to go everywhere I want to go, and that's why I had to put her in that confined space over there. It's only like, 12 by 12 by 12. It's a little area there with her box, her food, her water, and some grass to piss and shit on, and she's all closed in. Because if I didn't do that, she can't go anywhere. She'll fall in the pool again and she'll die, or she'll like, collapse somewhere and we won't know anything, and then she's fucked herself. So I've done the best I can for her. There's nothing else I can do. Like I don't know what more I have to do. I spent hundreds of dollars on building a great fence and a dog house for her. I've done everything. I've tried to give her everything I can, but money can't save you, and putting her wherever I want to ain't gonna save her either. I even got a carpet for her to get up on over here, and look, it lasted a couple hours, and I had to throw the carpet outside because she pissed all over it, and now she can't even walk. So like all these things I try to do to help her and to save her, it's just not working. I just can't do anything else. I don't know what more to do. I feel hopeless, but it's nothing to I can't blame anybody or blame anything. It's just the way it is. Same thing with my dog, my first dog, It's not my fault he got a blood clot in his leg. He was old. What do you want me to do? So unfortunately, she doesn't look very well, and I'm gonna go check up on her in a little while. But it just sucks to see her like that. I've bawled my eyes out a few times. I've cried here and there. I don't know what more to do. There's nothing I can do. I just feel bad for her. I wish that she would get up and walk around again, but it's not looking good. We literally had to lift her up twice already. Like she can't even move. And it reminds me of my dog, my first dog. That's what this reminds me of. And it's like giving me flashbacks and it's making me mad. Cause like I don't know what I already said like a million times. Don't get another dog because it's heartbreaking, especially when they last long. Yeah, but no one fucking listens. Pets are nice, but when they die, it's like you lose a part of your life and your family. I already lost my dad 2 months ago, and if I lose Diamond now, it's gonna be even worse. It's gonna be like the worst fucking year ever. So it's kind of looking that way. I mean, I'm optimistic and hopeful that she gets better tomorrow or tonight or whether she looks better or whatever. But I don't know. It doesn't look promising to me. I'm looking at her and I'm looking at a dog that's dying. But I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully she'll be all right. I don't know what more to do. It's tough. It's just one of those things. Anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. I've been on here for an hour. I'm gonna go now that I've been here for an hour. I'm gonna go check up on her just to see how she's doing, or go ask my sister and my nephews how she's doing. I probably won't even go in there because I don't want her to see me and try and get up and aggravate her pain even more. But I'm gonna get out of here and I'm gonna go next door and see how she's doing, and then I'll probably come back on in maybe an hour or so. Alrighty. Thanks for the information, Paris. I appreciate it. Thanks for confirming that that is the case. Because I can't trust doctors. I really can't. I don't know anything about those type of things. I just, sometimes I think doctors are full of shit. But obviously, if that's the truth about, the meds need to get out of our system in order for to do the thing for the liver. So I'm glad you told me that. So at least I can relate that message to my sister.